Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim 2018 video. Today we have something a little bit special. This video is supposed to come out weeks ago, but it was just unable to be done due to the scenario dumping. Magically, without changing anything or touching anything, Train Sim was allowed the scenario to run. It was pure chance that I thought, I'll just give that scenario another little go, and it's working, so I'm going to record it. This, of course, shows off Kev's wonderful Azuma liveried Class 800. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, and this video isn't going to suit everybody, and there's going to be people going, bring back my HSTs! So this isn't an I love the IET video, alright? Let's get that clear. I don't particularly love them. I like transition, I like things being modernised, I understand the fact that the railway's a business, and it has to run to a business model, not to an enthusiast model. And I'm sure there were people that were moaning about HSTs when they came in. They were called trams. So we're just going through another one of those phases, another one of those transitions of the East Coast Main Line. Okay, good morning, Alan. You have been specially selected to drive the first trial run of an IET, yes, train not program, because of course it's an Intercity Express program, IEP, which is what came from the Super Express train project originally, and now it is known, they are known as IETs, or 800s, 801s, 802s, so on and so forth. So, yes, first run of an IET down the East Coast Main Line to Edinburgh. Those units have nothing on what ran before them. They have a chance to prove themselves. There are signal failures up north, causing some havoc of southbound services, which may affect some northbound services to Top Banana. So let's have a look at it. So I actually asked Kev for a Virgin liveried, VTEC liveried Azuma Core. It was about October time, and the way it was not scripted, the way it was textured was pretty awful. So it's taken him a long while to get this to where it's at now. It isn't perfect; it's still a work in progress, really. But it does kind of suit it. Plain, a bit boring. I don't like the Azuma wording on the side of it. There's no need for it to be called Azuma anymore. That was a very Virgin thing to do. And since we're not Virgin anymore, LNER could have called it something a little bit more classy, couldn't they? We can also see the interior has been done as well from the exterior, which is really nice. Nice little touch. It's a really nice job on it. The actual interior from the passenger view hasn't changed. And in the cab over here we have the LNER CCTV splash screens. That's about it. Right, let's get my train set up. Yes. That's really about it. Near enough ready to go. You can take the master key on and off though. It's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, we have a red chair in here as well. I didn't know if we had one of those to start with. Around King's Cross while we're waiting. It was a very busy King's Cross. 365s, 43s, 91s, Millborough, Newcastle. Some always crops up actually. And 121. LNER platform staff blows whistle and shines a light. A single yellow departing into Gasworks Tunnel. This will probably be stopping in there. I think I might have to open my coupling hatch if I remember rightly. No. There is word out there that AP are, well, they have said they're working on something for this model. So I'm actually really pleased about that. As much as I may not like it, it is part of the modern railway, whether I like it or not now, isn't it? Come on, mate, what are you waiting for up there? That's a pretty bad horn, doesn't it? Bless it. I've just thought every time I'll do that, you'll be able to see what I've been listening to on Spotify as well. That was Carl Kennedy's Let Me Be a Fantasy. Those of you that were around in the 90s will know that tune. Those of you that weren't will probably know that tune as well. One of the more famous 90s dance tracks to still be listened to today. It's a fast bit of kit in train sim. I'm sure it's not prototypical because it's outrageously quick. Quite hard to keep at set speed as well. We will show off the power potential of this thing soon, as that 365 will, I'm guessing, head off at Finsbury Park. Then we'll be able to get this up to speed. This is that really annoying time of my day when I record after I've had my lunch. I get really tired. So I'm going to hope this doesn't bore me to sleep, this IET. It being one of cloud scenarios, I doubt it will anyway. I'm going to get some yellows. There's going to be some very nice stock, I'm guessing. That's the green, perfect. Another 91 set. Now, I was having an issue with the 707 and the 700. I didn't think it was going to happen on the 700. It seems to have gained a gangway. There's a slight issue somewhere that needs sorting. I suppose it looked like a bit like not a 717. It's a bit weird. So yeah, ignore the 700s that you're going to see in this video because I still don't know what's happening. They seem to have a 377 in them. What is the closest to a gangway 700 we've got? 380? So the 801s, which are basically what these will... Oh, I knew I'd done it. The 800 and the 801s, these are the bi-mode. Jobbies. These are basically what is going to replace the HSTs. So the 800 is an intercity express train. It's a type of electro-diesel train used in the United Kingdom, based on the Hitachi A-train design. They're built by Hitachi since 2015. The first units entered service on the Great Western Main Line in October 2017. And will enter service on the East Coast Main Line from December 18. These trains are being assembled by Hitachi at Newton Aycliffe facility along with the related Class 801 electric multiple units from body shells shipped from the Kasado plant in Japan. No body construction takes place in the UK. The 800 units are known as IETs, Intercity Express trains, as part of the Intercity Express programme, IEP. So that's the big difference. The big difference. So as part of the UK government's Intercity Express programme, the Class 800 units are to be partially replacements for the ageing Class 125 fleet, which currently offers services on the Great Western Main Line and the East Coast Main Line. We'll get back to speed without being able to talk still. The Class 800s are electro-diesel multiple units being able to draw power from electrified overhead lines where available to power themselves by, and also able to power themselves by an underfloor diesel generator. The specification requires that this changeover can occur at line speed. As part of the Great Western Main Line order was significantly... So it was originally for the Class 801s, all Great Western franchise units have the possibility to be converted to electric-only operation by removal of the diesel engine. So they basically have pantograph, transformer, cabling through various bits of speed control and soft stuff to the traction motors, or they have a diesel generator which puts power through the various speed controlling things to the motors. So the way they've built these means that they can just remove the engines, which are slotted in the underframe on various coaches throughout the train. The Class 800s are capable of driver-only operation when necessary, but guards are to be kept on the units. Door release will be controlled by the driver, with the guard being responsible for closing them using the control panels in the vestibule area. The driver will then carry out a secondary check on the side of the train before departure in the in-cab television monitors. Yeah, see, look, don't look at the 700, it's a bit broken. This is actually something that's coming to the East Coast as well. I can't go into too much detail about it because I don't think it's actually that public yet. But unions have got against unions, and yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty what's happened. But this will be the same case on the East Coast Main Line. I sound really unorganised today, don't I? I'm not. I'm just actually really busy. Yeah, let me get that up. Okay, so this is the situation with the guards and the East Coast franchise, so LNER. So this was dated, this is a letter from the RMT to their members, dated the 15th of June 2018, and it says, "Dear colleagues, Roll of the Guard, an extension of DMO Virgin Trains East Coast. Very concerning reports have emerged this week that VTEC management has concluded a deal with its drivers' trade union as part operate the doors on the new Azuma fleet, with information being received indicating that drivers will be responsible for opening the doors while train managers will close them. This so-called deal includes a new confirmed, are you ready for this, £5,000 productive payment. £5,000 productive payment, which will be consolidated in the drivers' salaries along with a 2-year RPI protected pay deal. This squalid deal flies in the face of assurances given to your union at the beginning of the current franchise that your guard, our members, now known as train managers, would continue to have full responsibility, as the company has now retracted this." So basically what that's saying is that they have fudged them over. It goes without saying that any changes to train managers' working practice jobs or descriptions are a matter of negotiation and not consultation. However, the company has rubbished any concerns and objections raised by our on-train company council representatives, claiming that this issue is merely one for consultation. So they're basically saying we're going to consult on it. So for those of you that don't work in any industry where consultations take place, it basically means we've decided what we're going to do. We're going to pretend to listen to what you've got to say, but we're doing it anyway. Your National Executive Committee has considered this matter and strongly condemns the actions of VTEC management in flaunting the collective bargaining machinery. The NEC also places on record its disgust at claiming that this issue is merely one for consultation. Your National Executive Committee has considered this matter and strongly condemns the actions of VTEC management in flaunting the collective bargaining machinery. The NEC also places on record its disgust the actions of leadership of other trade unions in actively undermining and selling out the roles and livelihoods of transport workers outside of the grades which they represent and outside of their membership, of which this is case. But the latest instance in it, this is, what was that? Of which this case is, but the latest instance, so this is the first time this has happened. In a catalogue of betrayals, such action goes against any form of workers' solidarity and should have no place in trade union movement. As a result of the concerns outlined above, your NEC has instructed me to convene an urgent meeting between your reps, regional organisers, national officials and the NEC itself in order to discuss this latest onslaught to our members and consider all the options to resist it. I will of course keep my members informed about any further developments in this very disturbing situation or any further NEC's decisions taken. I've not had any updates on that, so I mean this is sort of a month old now, so it could have been all sorted and I just don't know about it. But that's outrageous that a union would do this. I mean, in the unions that I deal with, there are certain similar things that happen, but they kind of represent two different things. You've got sort of Unison, who represent anybody, and you've got the RCN, which isn't even a proper union. So I can see where these sorts of things happen. I'm looking forward to getting to 125 in this. So the powertrain, going back to the actual 800 itself, so the powertrain, how it distributes power, we were talking about it. Despite being underfloor, the generator units have diesel engines of a V12 formation. Nice. So that means they're in a V like that with 6 cylinders each side, and that accelerated up to 125 incredibly quickly. The Class 801 has one generator unit for a 5 to 9 car set. These provide emergency power for a limited traction and auxiliaries if the power supply from the overhead line fails. The Class 800s and 802 electric diesel or bi-mode has 3 generator units per 5 car set and 5 generator units per 9 car set. A 5 car set has a generator unit situated under vehicles 2, 3 and 4. Respectively, a 9 car set has GUs situated under vehicles 2, 3, 5, 7 and 8. So sort of every second vehicle. It's a real shame the introduction of these has been marred with, what should we call them, comfort issues. So drivers, from what I've heard, have reported that they're actually quite nice. They enjoy driving them. But passenger-wise, lots of people I've spoken to really do not like them. And mainly that comes down to their very clinical interiors, but also their use of the fancier seats. Or fancier. Commonly known as ironing boards, and that's not just in the rail sort of train sim community or train spotting community or rail fanning community. The national press have taken this up as well, ironing board seats, and it seems to be quite a common name for them now, which is I quite like that. I quite like that, and that does seem to be the issue. Their big issue are these very, very thin seats. Not that hole in the floor down there, don't worry about that. Where is it? Down there. There! Don't worry about that. It's the seats you want to worry about. I mean, from a driver's point of view, it looks like a pretty decent cab. Comfortable. Everything looks sort of next to you. It's black, it's not that weird grey that can reflect back. I quite like it. Sounds ain't brilliant. What happened there? Oh, it's red. That was weird, wasn't it? Now, a lot of the sounds that are in this are used in the 395 as well. And there's actually a 395 sound mod available on UKTS, I think it is. And I'd like to be able to see that be transferred over to this, just for a stopgap until we get whatever AP are working on, really. You guys also may have noticed I'm not actually alone today. My co-pilot in the seat today is my eldest daughter. She cracked her head open in Felixstowe the other day, so she's still off school. As bad as it sounds, there was funny bits of it. There was actually some funny bits. So she's done what she needed to do today and gets to join me in here. So I can actually get some videos done for you. Otherwise we'd have nothing to show for this week, which wouldn't be much fun. Considering we've just hit the 5,000 subscriber mark, I want to be able to keep pushing that and pushing that and pushing that up and still delivering you quality content. Quality content. Quality content. Just don't listen. If you look, it's alright. Don't listen. He's done a good job with it. That's it for a horn, by the way. B, that's where I was going wrong. I was opening the nose with B, wasn't I? Yep, see, there you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what AP can do with this. Considering we're going to have them in pretty much, on, well, both sides of the country. They reckon December 18, don't they, for the East Coast? I'm not so sure about that. We might have one in service by 2018. Maybe one. I mean, I think LNER are holding on to, I think it's something like 8 91s and Mark IV sets. And then I think some of them are now going to be doing Blackpool, Euston. And then some of the off-lease Mark IVs will be going over to Wales for their franchise. So it's not like I'm not going to see Mark IVs ever again, or 91s, which I'm quite pleased about. HSTs, they're still going to be going for another 5-10 years, aren't they, at least. So yes, it's replaced them doing 125 mile an hour up the east coast of the Great Western, but it's not replaced them so they're gone. They're not gone. Oh, the joys of Dumplington. I thought we were closer to Huntingdon than we were there. And what do you guys think? I mean, I don't. Fair enough, you don't like them. That's fine. But factually, what do you not like about them? I mean, there's going to be 34 9 cars and 46 5 car sets. Depot-wise, you're going to have the GWR, North Pole, Stoke Gifford, and Malifan, which is Swansea, isn't it? And then LNER, I've got Bounds Green, Doncaster Car, Craig and Tilly. £140 mph cable as well. So ETCS or whatever comes in theory, you can have 140 mph capable trains on the East Coast Main Line. It would be a lot easier to do than the 91s at 140. These delays are causing havoc southbound, aren't they? You got the start of my trailer in the video, so you can get hi there guys twice in this video. It's pretty good going, isn't it? need to have a little play with my settings again. Things are looking a little bit washed out, which I don't really like. Notice this on a couple of routes. So I wish the 800s a good future. I hope that companies very quickly realise they've fitted really crap seats in them and they do something about it. I hope they get a very early life refurb. So I've just looked at Malifan. I don't even know how you'd say it in Welsh. You can see how it's spelt and pronounced here, but it could be Malifan. There we go. Keep saying that's going to become one of those words, isn't it? There are railway signs north of Swansea railway station in Wales, UK. Yes, North Swansea. In 2012, the signs were identified as the future site of the maintenance depot of the Intercity Express programme. Swansea High Street Railway Station opened in 1850 for the South Wales Railway, which absorbed into the Great Western Railway in 1863. Sidings were constructed north of the station on the east side of the main line out of High Street Station, opposite a goods station on the west side. Malifan Street passed beneath the main line of the railway north of the goods station. The original facilities included a workshop, turntable and carriage shed. By the 20th century, the turntable and workshop had been removed and the site had been converted into an extensive linear sidings. The sidings remained in that form for the next 100 years with some changes to the layout. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And then in 2012 it was decided that the sidings would be replaced with a new IEP depot, with construction due to start in 2015. Modifications to the original plan were submitted in 2013. Changes to the plan included an expansion of some of the buildings, but they did not expand the scale of work expected to be carried out at the site. The depot is expected to be completed by 2016 and become operational in 2017, employing 80 people. This will include an inspection building as well as a train washing and refueling facilities. There you go. Just trying to find the it's not available anymore. I was looking for the traffic app, the traffic planning application. Let's have a quick look at that. We'll do that little slowing down, speeding up bit before Peterborough. I'm not going to keep boring you with a horn either. Accelerated above what I should have done there. They say don't drive tired. I can vouch for that. I'll let you into a little secret now I've got 5,000 subs. There's a Pendolino video on the West Coast Main Line over Shap, which is one of the... it's up there with my most watched videos. God knows why. The truth of the matter is, in that video, I actually fell asleep. I dozed off several times, several little micro sleeps, and one point where I was actually my head over like that asleep and went like that. It's not the first time. I also recorded a video a little while ago, and I think I put a bit of it up on the page. Or I showed it round. It was me on face cam. It was an East Coast Mainline scenario as well, and I just sort of zonked off, and then the AWS goes off, and I go from Bexley doing that, and I go, yeah, it's mad. It's always that first video I do after lunch as well. That one before lunch, you're alright, because you're like, yeah, gonna get something nice to eat, get a bit of a break, squeeze a nut. Then you come back after, you're like, oh, I've got to keep going. That's not so much for me doing this, but I mean at work. And the southbound service is still being delayed by the looks of it. It's obviously me holding that one up on the way in, I think. Alright then, guys. What can I say? Kev has done a beautiful job on the reskin, and Klaus did a stunning job on the scenario. And I didn't do a bad job on the screenshot, to be fair. Alright then, guys, once again, thank you ever so much for watching. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, do click that button, and if you have subscribed, hit the little bell so you get to know when my videos are coming up and new ones are straight out. I'm not going to call you part of my notification squad, but that's what it kind of is. Heading over to Twitch on a Sunday from 7 o'clock and a Wednesday from 7 o'clock in the evening as well. And of course, heading on to the Facebook group, that will show you all sorts of things. Speak with lots of the developers, lots of freeware developers, lots of just really well-educated people about train sim. Also the few mad bits here and there and the funny bits. Also very good for tech support as well. If you leave me a comment on YouTube, it's very hard for me to give you tech support. If you can head on over to the Facebook page, I generally can, or there are people in there that can help you out. So once again, guys, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.